G'day YouTube, my name's Lance. Welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Look, it's a bloody lovely day today. 9 to 26. Lovely and sunny. Look, I doubt there would be a cloud in the sky. Not that I've had time to have a look just at the moment. Look, it's just lovely weather. Sunday morning, holy, didn't it blow a gale. I was getting ready. We had the club meeting in at the Veterans Centre, and in the morning, blow, holy dooly. I was sitting in the doorway for a bit having a yarn to Jude, and we're just watching the little branches and twigs and that blowing off the trees out the front there. I was thinking, shit, you wouldn't want to be parking under them, would you? Bloody, yeah, it'd end up something. Jude found this shirt in the cupboard, and we don't know, we must have bought it years ago, and it's bloody too big for me, and feels like I'm wearing a bloody bed sheet, but anyway, I've got room to grow into it, she reckons. But it's actually a prick of a thing. I might make it back up to the house. It's brand new, but I don't know, it's just one of those shirts. Yeah, they must have a bit of poly in them or something, and they're just bloody warm. So anyway, not my favourite thing. I like the old drill, you know, the old work duds that, you know, made out of that full cotton if you can, yeah, for up here. So, but anyway, that's my worst worry for the day. I'm doing okay, eh? My entire week has been the rally, the Rum City Vintage Machinery Club rally. I have done other bits and pieces for myself while I've been doing it, but my phone just never stops. The messages never stop. Yeah, it's just busy, and it's Tuesday now, and we've got the ground Wednesday, tomorrow morning. Wednesday morning at 7:15 a.m. I've got to be in at ABC Radio, and we're going to do a 5 or 6 minute chat about the rally coming up, which is good exposure. David Dorset, he had it on the ABC this morning. Just a bit of a blurb that Alan, the secretary, sent him, and he rang today and said, would I like to come in and have a chat live on air? And I said, yeah, all right then. So I'm bolting in there in the morning, and then yeah, we've got to be at the grounds at 8 o'clock. The sound man that does all the PA systems and all that, he's going to meet us there at 8 o'clock after the ABC radio thing. I've got to go in there with Alan and have a chat to him. And it's mainly about where we want the sound to go. So, yeah, I hope he guides us. We think we know, but we never know. You never know what you don't know, do you? So we're in there for that. Then a couple of the members are helping older members get gear into town, and they're just running out of time. Like Tim, he's going to get the tractor pull sled from the Yesteryear Club, and Yesteryear Club are coming in to help, and he's coming in, and yeah, he's gone to help one of the older members, Kevy, get his field marshal and that going, and he got it going Sunday morning before the meeting. But yeah, by the time he runs around, and you know, he's got a family, all that, he said, oh, any chance I can drop a few tractors in at the grounds on Wednesday? So we went and had a chat to the council, and the council said, yeah, look, you can come in Wednesday, it'll cost you another $53. So that's what happened. So we said, yep, $53 sounds bloody lovely. Where's the keys? So I have the keys with me now. Yeah, there's just a lot going on. The licence I was talking to you about last week, the community liquor permit, we got that in on the Friday. They said allow 21 days. You might have it back in a fortnight. And I made sure I dotted the I's and crossed the T's and did everything. And I got it back last Friday, within a week. So I nearly got sore hands from shaking hands with myself, yeah, for doing such a good job. So yeah, look, I was amazed, and geez, that took a load off. Yeah, because you know, to tell us 15 days out that you got 21 days to get a permit and you got 15 days left, it was a bit stressful. But look, we got there. We're trying to work tills and things like that, and me and the treasurer had a bit of an argument, but that's fine. Nothing serious. I found some people that have had nothing to do with it. Yeah, they've been away, and yeah, for all sorts of reasons, which is none of my business, and that's fine. But they've been away and had very little input. Then they've come in at the end here, and they want to change things. And oh, that's not what I'd do it, and I want to do it like that, and we know what we're doing, and bloody, and Yes, and we've had little committee meetings and management meetings and sorted stuff out, but they're coming in and saying, oh, well, no, you've done that wrong. You should have bought this instead of that. But anyway, we've done it, so it's not gonna happen. We didn't really have a budget, but we're going okay. I think. I reckon we're doing good. But yeah, look, all I've been doing this week is I got the farm all finished finally, the farm all 100, and I think I showed a little clip of that earlier last week. Look, it's looking fancy. It's nice. I'm pleased with it. The right-hand axle seal, just now and then, it gets a couple of drops on the wheel. And I go and have a look, and it's not the seal, it's where the axle flange bolts on, the seal retainer bolts onto the axle. And I did have that off and fixed it, because it did it earlier, but now I'm wondering there's a little crack there I don't know about it. It doesn't do it all the time, and it'll go days without doing it, and then I drove it around yesterday, put it out the front for a photo with all the tractors we've taken into the rally, and this morning there's a little couple of drips on the wheels, so I have to bloody give myself an uppercut and yeah, sort that out. I realised laying in bed last night that I hadn't done any signs for the admittance, where people walk in, so it says, and we're doing admittance $10 for adults, $5 for concessions, which is, pensioners, veterans, students, all that sort of thing. And kids under 15 free. And then we've had it on the bloody brochures for ages, and today someone says to me, oh, shouldn't that be under 17 when they got a licence? Oh, you've done that wrong. And I think, God, we've had the brochures out for ages. So there goes my bloody telephone again. It just never stops. Anyway, I'll let it ring out and I'll let it go to message bank, and then it should be good. But yeah, it's just busy all the time, and I'm not minding it. It's wearing me out a little bit. And Kempy's come in yesterday. They've dropped 3 tractors out the front. Ray Firmoil, he dropped a Fergie with a cane loader on the front of it. Just because they live like over an hour away. Kempy's an hour and a half, 2 hours away nearly, and they had to come over for other reasons. So they're using my paddock as a dumping ground to dump their tractors. So I've got 7 tractors in there. Kempy's got 3 so far of the 5 he's bringing. One's Ray's. Ian Bidgood dropped his camper in. He was finished work last night, so 6:15 or something, we're out the front there unloading. No, he did it. I was just talking, really. Unloading tractors, but unloading trailers, actually. It's just his camping trailer. And but pardon me, God, I'm getting worn out. I'm sitting there bloody yawning away. Feel like I should have a pensioner's nap, but it's bloody up past 3 in the afternoon. And, the whole day was a bit stuffed up, as in we got a thing with Ergon, and Jude says, oh, your power's going off today. And I said, what? And she says, oh, yeah. Ergon had taken it off, and it went off at 8 a.m. and it come on a bit after 2 p.m. So I've been up here wanting to pump tractor tyres up and wanting to make signs and wanting to do the stew, but I couldn't do the stew because it was dark in here, and I couldn't make the signs. I had no power, but I could. My laptop went long enough that I could get a program made for it, and using Starlink. So Starlink kept me in touch with everyone, so that's good. But I have been cleaning up the shed. Last week, as I've been buggering around, I've been sweeping, and as I clear a bit of rubbish out, or as I shift a tractor out to get it out of the way, I've been cleaning that floor. Yeah, so it'll really start tomorrow. It was going to start Thursday, but it's starting the day early now, which will be a good thing. I've got everything out the front there. My mate Paul, there's a tractor place in town, Format Machinery, and they're a Kubota agent, and they were really keen to be on board. And I was going to try and sneak me forklift in on my trailer. And Malteser said, no, you're not bloody doing that. He said, I'll be in there at 6 o'clock Thursday morning with the tilt tray. We'll take it in for you. So that's a job less. I've still got 7 tractors to get in, but I've got to go in the morning and talk to the sound bloke, and Alan and I were going to have a final walk around and with the planning, and then we'll probably come home and have a cuppa and put another tractor on and pop in there again and back and forth and back and forth. I got all the grog organised. Apparently I ordered the wrong grog. Oh, well, it's just different people, and we don't know what we had to order, so I spoke to the publican bloke, and he said, look, he changed a couple of things and put a few vodka cruisers on for the ladies, and apparently we should have had wine. So anyway, everyone's one of those things. You got to mind your P's and Q's. Yeah, it's just everything's done. Everything's been through meetings and all that. Then when you do it, people come up, oh, that's not right. People don't drink that. Well, they do. And a couple of members said, oh, those non-alcoholic Great Northerns. Great Northern have a non-alcoholic beer with like a blue strip around it. And I've had a couple of them, but two of them and you're full. And they said, oh, we'd have a fair few of them if you had any. And I spoke to the publican and I said, oh, these blokes are asking for them. He says, he said, most of the people drink 2 of them and then you'll get all the rest of the carton back and you'll have to get rid of it. So I said, oh, bugger that then, we won't do that. So we'll see. But yeah, all in all, things are going good, and I've just been getting tractors started and running around. And hop on the Facebook page, Bundy Bear's Shed Facebook page. I put a lot of stuff on there, and you'll see what's happening with the rally on there. And you can see where I got the little Dexter out and got it going, and I put some old wheels I had left over off Goldie on it, just to sort that out. The John Deere, look, I didn't have to do much to the Johnny, the 420, but I'd had it out recently. The farm maul's good. Oh, the farm maul, bloody thing. I reconditioned all the tap and everything. I didn't put a new one in, I just reconditioned it and did the gland nut up, and I had it a bit tight and I couldn't turn the tap, so I backed it off a bit so I could turn it, but it was firm. And yeah, buggered me dead. Yesterday I had a look and I thought, that's bloody water, fuel there. Oh, it just leaked a little bit, yeah. So it doesn't flood that tractor, you just pull the ignition on, then hit the starter and off. She's off and racing. So what I've done now, I've opened the fuel right up and I've nipped that gland nut up, so it'll be a bastard to shut if I want to shut it. But yeah, look, it's not leaking a drop, so that's good. The little TE20, the TEA20, I've still got to pop that over the paddock. Might get there the Savo and put the plough on the back. Dean at bought Queensland Tractor Spares office, his young fella JC. I was telling him on the weekend I'll take that tractor in for him, and that can be his all weekend, and he can play with it, on the tractor balancer and all. As long as either his dad or his granddad are there with him, he can knock himself out. The yellow industrial, we've got another young fella, Nick. He's going through to get his tractor ticket. I'll take the carry-all off the back of that, and he can have that. So it just gives the young blokes something that they can hop on whenever they like on the weekend, and if they want to go in for a fiddle and play a few tractor games and all that sort of thing, they can get up there and they've got a tractor, they don't have to ask, they can just jump on it and take their parents with them and have a bit of fun. So and I'll look forward to seeing that. I'm going to do some comparing as well as, there's myself and Alan, the secretary, and we're just the dog's bodies, we've been really working hard at it, doing long hours at it, and we think we're good. And Alan come out here yesterday, he's had a crooked leg, and I made him put it up on a seat because the doctor's up him to put it up, but he won't sit down. And we both felt we were comfortable with where we were, and there wasn't anything that we knew we hadn't done. And then, like last night, I realised I didn't have an admittance sign, so there'll be more of that going on. So yeah, look, we're going well with it. The tractor trek. The old Nev that sorted the tractor trek out with me, we're going to chuck a couple of members in his car on Thursday and do the trek. So we've got someone out the front that knows where they're going, we've got someone in the middle that knows where they're going, and someone at the end. So if it gets split up or someone breaks down, there's someone in the group that can guide them to where they need to be. Got a call from the Vintage Car Club this morning, and they're going to have numbers by Thursday night. They asked could they tag along on the tractor trek, and I said, well, no, not really, because not that we don't want them, it's just the where we go across one of the big railway lines, like the big north-south railway line, then we go bush, and if they've been irrigating or a bit of rain, we're going through puddles, on farm tracks. So some of the vintage cars, I didn't think it'd be good for them, they wouldn't like it. So, but they are welcome to come around to Nev's and have a cup of tea with us, courtesy of the club, and have a chat. And yeah, that's what it's all about. All the clubs in town getting on, and bloody, the car club, they ever do once a year, and we always help them. And like last year, we probably had 20 engines, and I think it had 16 tractors or something going to help them, and they're going to come and help us. Just support us. That's all we can ask. Yeah, the the alcohol licence, and I got the alcohol licence, like I said, and well, we went from having a couple of beers with our tractors near us and having a bit of a piss up and having fun with the family to we've got a roped off area now, kids aren't allowed in, so if Dad wants to sit and have a beer, Dad and Mum want to have a beer, well, what are they going to do? They're not allowed, the kids aren't allowed in this roped off area by law. Outside the area, there's a heap of tables and that. They're outside the area, there's plenty of room for people to sit, but Dad's not allowed to sit outside with his family and take a beer out. Yet, if you go away from that little area and you go back to your camp, you can have your own beer, all the family can sit together, have a great time. Bloody silly, some of the rules, aren't they? Like, you know, they can go back to camp or just sit, you know, the other side of the fence by say 3 metres, and if their camp's there, they can have a big piss up and run amok and do the whole thing, but nothing you can do about it, you know, as in, and they can do it as a family where with the grog fence, yeah, you can't sit in there as a family. So, yeah, it's bloody bit silly, I thought. I have been wondering whether there was another option that I could have filled out on the form, and I've buggered that up myself, but I can't see it. But I will do a bit more research, but I did do it. I tell you, I did that in a bloody hurry, and I looked at everything. Well, I thought I did, but yeah, perhaps there's another option because you do see people. Yeah, like you can go to the local pub in town here and you can sit out the back. Not in the front bar, you can't have the kids in there, but you can go out to the lounge and the beer garden and you can sit there with the kids and have a meal and all that. So yeah, I'd rather it be like that, a family environment, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Look, so I haven't got an awful lot to say that's not rally related. Everything in our household is rally at the moment. There's just nothing that's not. Yeah, Jude's getting organised. Some of the council tables and chairs are bloody messy, so Jude's going in tomorrow with a brush and all that, making sure they're all fancy. Rotary last Sunday was cleaning out the canteen, so they can come. They're on board now. It just took ages to bloody get that sorted for some reason, like months to get that sorted, and now it seems on track, and they're going to do chips, burgers and soft drinks throughout the day. Alan, the wood fire pizza bloke, he's coming in Saturday morning, so we got him organised. Yeah, so it's coming together, but there's a lot of little loose ends, you know. Yeah, but anyway, that's all right. It's going good. There's a pretty good feel about it. The members are positive about it. We have a lady, Donna, does a Facebook page, and you'll see all the stuff. Like if you're on my Facebook page or the Bundy Bear Shed ones, we're just hammering it. And yeah, they're everywhere, these Facebook pages, and we're actually getting people that wouldn't sort of talk to us before, vendors, ringing up and saying, "Oh, have you got room for me? Can I come now?" And I said, "Well, no, mate, sorry." Yeah, we had to let the council know all the licensed vendors and all that were on site and go with that. So yeah, so they've missed the bus, some of those fellas. But anyway, that's all right. Yeah, but all right. Look, I'll take you for a quick walk. Once I've done that, I better crank that CNC up again. I stopped it. I did the sign, but then it finished the writing, and I'm up to where I've got to drill the mounting holes and do the outside edge. And I thought, I'll stop for a minute and do this bloody do this stew quickly. And look, the only reason I'm doing it is my mate Kempy. If he doesn't get to watch the stew, he's got to sit and watch a current affair on Channel 9. Now, talk about shit and dribble. Well, I don't know sometimes. He's got a hard choice, hasn't he? He got shit and dribble from me or shit and dribble from bloody the current affair. But anyway, he'll be sitting having a red Bundaberg rum. Yeah, so Captain Morgan's, he had a crack at that the other night and that was shit. So, but my mate Woody, the 2IC of the club, he's got a cold at the moment, so I said, I don't want to talk to you, you just piss off. He reckons Captain Morgan's going down well, but it's not helping his cold any. And I said, you just stay away. Piss off for a few days, will you? Yeah, don't want anything. I should go in isolation, I reckon. But anyway, see what happens. But all right, look, thanks for stopping by. As for footy jobs, the rally, I have no clue. I'm going to be running around like a blue-ass fly most of the time. And whether I get time to settle and take some video, I don't know. I might hand some of the young fellas might hand people a couple of cameras that they can hang on to for grand parades and things like that. I might be adjudicating, being an announcer at the grand parades, and if I'm doing that, I won't be filming. So, and some of the tractor pull, I'll be announcing down there, and the tractor games, they put a hoop on the ground and put a big long chain out, and you hook the chain on your drawbar, and you've got to go back and forth and see who can get it in the hoop the quickest. Little games like that, and I'll probably adjudicate for a bit of that and see. We'll just see how we go. Yeah. Oh, our friends Dave and Jody that we went up Cape York. I was telling them about it, and so they rang up. I got onto Messenger the other day. Can they come up? And I was, yeah, but you get a bloody job. And so they're coming up Thursday evening after work. So they'll be there helping Friday with me. Jody's got work to do up here as a safety officer, but Dave, Dave will come and help me, and just do whatever we got to do. And so that'll be good. I've got a few of the members that are camping early, and they're saying, just whatever you want, let us know. So the trouble is, some of the jobs I don't know are there yet. Like we got to put star pickets out, and a lot of little signages and little bullshit things to do. We don't even know about it yet. So anyway, we'll see how we go. But once again, thanks for stopping by. I'll take you for a quick little walk and just show you the tractors out the front there, eh? All right, see ya. Okay, have a look through here. That's pretty bloody tidy, isn't it? All in through there, got that swept. I haven't cleaned the lathe yet, which is something I should have done. But yeah, I've cleaned up through here. All the bench there I've cleaned up. I haven't cleaned the bench near the door. You shouldn't clean the benches near the door. But I've got all the tractors out of there. There's the chairs and the footstool that I gave Alan yesterday when we were sitting having a meeting up here looking out the door. We'll go outside and give the camera a chance to look after itself. Oh, yesterday I put the canopy on the back of the ute so we can just keep chairs and bits and pieces out of the weather. The Massey 20 hits on the back. If we come out here, there's Jude coming up on a bike. But yeah, we got Ray Fermoil's tractor. It's got a cane loader on the front. He's just got that parked here for the moment. That's Kempy's grey and gold petrol. That was his uncle's tractor, I believe, Bruce. He was telling me yesterday this was the first T20 he ever did up. 9 years ago. He's got pictures of the boys in primary school, he thought, on that. That's the one we did up on the channel. This is a Farmall. It's a shiny old thing. It's looking good. The forklift's all serviced. I've greased. I've actually sanded where the forks slide back and forth there, and sanded all that so the forks slide easy. The 148, the Massey 20 that was there's on the trailer, the 135, the John Deere 420, and the little Dexter. And I even had to give the bloody ute a wash. And when I was painting the tractor, I can just see a little bit of overspray on this wrap here. But anyway, that's nothing really. So there you go. That's all ready for the morning. All right, that'll do for the moment. And then, yeah, we'll catch you next week, eh?